Hey, welcome to Tuesday the 25th. Yes. Heading to the end of April. Heading into the end of August here. And here, I'm going to be playing the game, and... And one thing I kind of want to do is, I kind of want to regrow this thing, but... One thing I want to do is, well, nest it with my alt account, just so I'm able to get a slot of it. I just want to get a slot. And with this thing, like, since it's, like, since you do have to, go around the map, like, doing certain objectives in order to grow it, compared to, like, all the other species where you can just sit for, like, a couple minutes eating/drinking regularly just to grow. This one, you legit have to just play. Here, and I'm just gonna... And one thing is, I'm gonna alt nest or so this thing, so... Because I want to get some traits. Which I mainly am hearing, like, a health build is, like, meta. And it's, like, much safer to do this because you... Because... I think, like, in hardcore, your age is locked, and I don't think there's anything in hardcore that allows you to. So, we have some stuff on Discord with, like, some major things here. It's, like, apparently someone's saying, like, Miju's getting a redesign, and... Yeah, and also one thing's, like, we apparently have a redesign coming for Urzuk. But mainly I'm going to talk about the update plan this week here. And some stuff is, even since I said at 9:18 a.m. today, talking about some new stuff. Which, some stuff, what this is happening is, this could possibly maybe win back a lot of players, especially since, like, the game's possibly going to have, like, a lot of competition from games like Harp Isles, which is releasing this Saturday. Which this game has mainly dominated, like, the creature survival genre on Roblox for quite a long time. But, like, many people started, like, leaving just because of, like, what the game's been doing, possibly with, like, stuff, like, I'm kind of also maybe a tiny bit tempted to leave just because of, like, merch items, like these merch plushies, but I'm still filled with determination. So I mainly am just gonna do a quick thing here, which is just nest my alt here. I wonder if this thing would be allowed to... Which, yeah, I'm getting the error code. This creature's already aged up. I kind of want to see what happens if I actually try to use a growth token on Arc Dragon. And this thing, when I looked at the thing, it kind of almost got Peridot. I'm just gonna use, maybe try attempt a partial growth, which, yeah, it says it can't be used on Arc Dragon, which means I am required to. And now I'm just gonna get this slot to my main, so. I'm gonna head to main. And this is mainly for me to hopefully get the slot and actually play. I'll then head back to the private server to grow this thing up while doing all the missions. And here at trade, I can, like, I wonder if some people might be, like, doing stuff such as looking for. Anyways, like, a bit of minutes, like, during this, soon I'll get into talking about the update plan. Yeah, there's, like, some players that will, like, try to, like, hoard minimize. Like, they literally flex it by showing how much they have by just understall and overpricing them to, like... And we even have people, like, offering a lot of mush for, like, some creatures such as Dioxlin, which Diox will be coming back pretty much next month. Which, I mean, next month. I'll just do this real quick here. Anyways, since the health build is viable, I'm, like, hoping for health trait. And I think possibly I'm gonna go with health weight, which on paper is fairly easy for me because I got, like, health is, like, one of the most common green traits, and weight is, like, one of the most common red traits. But if I get in a bias server, I'll most likely just get max stam upon max stam. Here I am, and here is the new Arc Dragon. Hi, what's up, the urban man? Welcome in. So I am just gonna head over to my private server now, just so I don't get low-killed. Since I heard, like, Arc Dragon's, like, kind of, like, very powerful, I kind of don't want to, like, get... I think, like, some people might be targeting its babies more, just because of... Just because they don't want them to get to the point where they're, like, almost unkillable. Okay, what's up, the urban man? So... let's begin this Arc Dragon thing, and... I know the tutorial, man. But one thing is, like, this thing cannot grow naturally. In order for me to, like, grow, I'll gain 1% of age per, like, doing stuff like this. Which can be very, very tedious. This is a trait I have alt nested, so hopefully I'm able to obtain a couple of traits. Anyway, we have some big update plan stuff, and also some campfire stuff I'll possibly maybe... And I'll possibly also go over to campfire too, since I'm at it. And I guess right now, begin going over what's been said. So first of all, we will have the Dragons Rising cost collaboration week 2, which this is the second collaboration. The first one was like last year. And some of the major things that we just see is just a new creature and a subspecies. So, elemental mini-bosses will start to appear around Sonaria to try and corrupt the Whispering Woods once again in an attempt to weaken the Archdragon of Life. I didn't remember, like, last year they had, like, a separate realm for it. Which world bosses appear periodically in corrupted biomes using attacks instead themed around their associated elements, requiring players to avoid area attacks while coordinating damage. There will be a new breath for Ash Breath, which seems like it's going to be a new variant of Breath, apart from the current variants of like Fire, Water, Plague, and all those other breath types. We will have Ash as a new variant. I wonder if, like, they might maybe change some creatures to, like, have some stuff, such as maybe Cowdon or something, or maybe some volcanic creatures. And also a bit more miscellaneous quality of life and bug fixes. So on Friday, we will have, despite the charred embers, Kindir displays a beautiful elegance while burrowing its antlers, arriving on Friday, which is considered to be a Robux species, which I'm probably going to talk a bit more about this, but for, like, the past, like, think, like, ever since, like, the start of this year, like, they've been releasing Robux species, like, pretty much once a month. And that kind of caused a bit of controversy within the game. Like, many people, like, would just crash out in, like, the Discord, which causes, like, slow mode inside the Discord to, like, increase, like, 30 seconds or something, which is really high compared to, like, the normal 5 to 10 second slow modes. Even seeing, like, slow modes that went up to, like, I think a minute in game discussion. So, and then the second one being a subspecies, which we'll have a pretty cool one, which is the Legacy Grandma subspecies. Which I think what they did is they're reviving the old model for Grandmas from Legacy and putting it in Recode as a subspecies. And apparently back in the day in Legacy, they had, some creatures had, like, at least, I think, like, I heard, like, Grandmas had, like, 150,000 weight, which was a lot, which is so much compared to now, where pretty much the highest creatures with the highest weight usually has, like, weight of, like, 50,000. And, like, this might be something since, like, since they removed the Legacy back in May. They kind of want to add some of the species back to give players some nostalgia. I even, like, got, like, replies from, like, the community manager from like his old experiences. He used to been someone who'd cost a lot of grandmas, but yay. Which now, like, I mainly like cost with flyers and stuff. Anyways, we have so we have new stuff coming in, which could from the campfire, which if these were true, this could possibly win back a lot of players. Because especially with like the amount of competition that's been going on, and like this game has cost has dominated the creature survival genre on Roblox for a while, but there's like many other games that are planning to add a bit of competition, such as like Savage Grounds and mainly Harp Isles too. Harp Isles coming and Savage Grounds, those are pretty big survival games I've been hearing about, like creature survival games. So I wonder what would happen like when Harp Isles releases this Saturday. Would it have like a bit more concurrent players than COS or so? Would a lot of COS players like move over to Harp Isles? Which one thing is that which topics which we have here is Legacy Grandma's reveal, which is being released this week. They have confirmed to be eventually revisiting older creatures that were redesigned quite drastically, such as Puro and Holoquaw, and providing them legacy subspecies. Which I did see with Puro, that thing was like quite... Hey, what's up, J-Pro? I saw that talking about like the campfire like summary. So like they plan to give like highly retrading mush. Not really. I'm just playing this game just to, well, just do some stuff such as forest restoration, because this thing gives a lot of like 3,380 elemental energy. Next, we have the Urzuk remodel early access sneak peek. And even the Urzuk subspecies teaser sneak peek, too. Then we have Cabo redesign animation showcase, which kind of already happened. And then they said about like Midju being redesigned, like they said that it's been confirmed for Midju to be redesigned in early 2027. Which mainly what I mainly consider early is like January, February, March, and April. I'd say like the midpoint of the year is May, June, July, and August, and then like late in the year it's around like September, October, November, and December. Then we have the Kindir teaser, which I think this is the one that's like, yeah, Kindir releasing this week. And then these two major things could possibly reduce strain on many of the players, which can possibly win back a lot of players. One being that they discussed the confirmed gradual slowing of creature releases being actioned within the next month or two, which means now like pretty much like they're gonna tone down the amount of new creatures that get released every week, which can reduce strain because usually like one thing is that I mean like many for like the creatures that get revealed frequently, like when the update comes I usually live stream myself just obtaining a lot of it, and just for event stuff I just grind the event missions like a lot. Next, they discussed Robux species. Like, this is probably going to be one of the major things. They discuss about Robux species gradually slowing instead of releasing every month, which, yeah, Robux species has mainly been, like, one of the bigger topics that gets talked about by the community. Which I say can be really good and also could help me, like, save on Robux and stuff. And then, like, there's some stuff, more stuff that was mentioned in DevSeed that was, like, really not. Which, they say, like, they have a potential of an entire overhaul for the main map. Yes. They plan, like, an entire overhaul of this main map here with the many biomes such as desert, mesa, mountains, tundra, redwoods, swamp here. Swamp Grotto, or whatever it's called. I kind of forgot. Jungle, Pride Rocks, Volcano, Flower Cove, Central Rock Faces, and even like Forgotten Shoals. With the main aquatic biomes too, being stuff such as Rocky Drop. And I think like an entire map overhaul, like if they made it so like if it's like a lot less laggy, that can really help people on like lower end devices come back to the game. Seeing that their games are now running out really stable FPS, and with like a high FPS with it being very stable without any lag spikes. So I'm just mainly playing now, which just generally playing, just flying around, doing some of this, growing up here, doing forest restoration. And I might maybe also go over Q&A here, which... like some stuff that were pretty frequently asked inside of the Q&A for the stage and the campfires, like stuff talking about like the skin making bugs, like the editor being very bugged. One being like talking about biomes being reworked. Another being like when portals would be changed. Portal will be changed to tunnels. Which, yeah, one of the main things about this was like, especially when like Dominic from Dragon Adventures came into the team and became project manager, he was like considering to replace all the portals with tunnels. Alright. Severe storm approaches in distance. Since this thing's tier 5, I should be able to scroll by it without any issues. And then, last thing for the part 1 of the Q&A is like, why didn't Summer Paradise get its own global donation things on like other events? Which they said like most events are purposefully different. Like, yeah. Like with LSS, they like really made it like to where instead of like you having like contribute for like a team of some sort, they just made it so like there are biomes that get corrupted and you have to like kill corrupted creatures. But then like I think that event was possibly in place probably to like hype up the release of Warden, which was that game which released like last month, called Warden, which is like a survival dweller, which you apparently just play as like certain characters and stuff. You go into certain trials, like doing puzzles. Hey, what's up, F4 Lax? Oh, Apex, what's up? Which for like LSS, I'm just talking about like events being usually different each year. I was talking mainly about LSS, where like I've seen in the 2024 and 2025 events, they, of course, a Goliath tornado here. But what? I didn't even get any wing shred, man, or any elements at all. Yo, I finally got more Thorax. Nice. You can play, since you have it, why don't you play around with it? Just be careful, some people might try and kill you. And one thing they said, for example, Halloween 2026 may not be the same sort of functionality as Halloween 2027, which pretty much both of those have not came out yet. We're still waiting like 2 months or so for Halloween 2026. Next is like controversy, where will be their global drop parties. You remember me? Let me see. Well, you did talk about it yesterday. Yeah, I do see a bit of some stuff here. Talking about like the UAE and stuff, saying like Roblox does not allow chat in that country, saying that. Yeah, with Hollow too. Like with Twitch, I'm like able to like read like someone's message history in my chat. I could see like how many messages you have sent. See what dates or so like messages were sent. Yes, I can see the date too. Which sometimes if there was like a player that I have not really seen in such a long time, I'd usually check that up, see the last time they have even chat. I just need one more elemental monster to defeat to get this. Alright. I think these crystals are the last bit of it. I sold the hallucinics for Morthorax. To be honest, I think like Hollow's like for Morthorax like a bit more than Hollow. I think Hollow is like usually sells for like 4 to 5k, but I'm not really sure about that. 9k now. Actually, quite nice. 9k is kind of good in this economy, but at 20k, rip. Like, especially now, like, in the economy, like, many players would have, like, thousands of, like, probably, like, some even have, like, millions of mush, too. Which Hollow I still love to play to this day. But mainly, like, some games, like, some missions here require me to play certain other, like growth stuff. So I mainly, like, refer to stuff with growth boosts and just have to do that. When I tried to get the hallucinics for 9k, no one accepts it. It was 8.9k, so I'll try to get it for 10k. Yeah, there is a bit of, but like, it's like best for you to like try and like get good trades off like people on Tradery or Discord or something. Because usually in game, a lot of people really want you to like pay top dollar for stuff. You're expected to pay top dollar for everything in the game. People want you to like give your revives to them. Also in Discord. Yeah. And there's even some players that might even claim that their price is like one of the best prices, although it's like selling pretty high. And also with like many people overpricing stuff, like it can cause like more like the more people buy like overpriced items, the more people like experiment by like increasing their prices by like a lot or so, and then they can make the market so inflated like that was what happened to Revive like at the start of this year and stuff. And like in this year there were two separate times we had like what's it today at Trade Realm. The session gotcha went up to 12k for 2 minutes. What? You mean like the session gotcha token? Like I got like 119 of them. There are some people that possibly maybe trolls that like buy them off their alt spoof or so, and then like the game would think like there's like oh there's a big sale, like a session token being sold for 100k. Let me average that out to the already sales, and then it just averages out to like a really high value, and then people are like, what? And this thing, it does not support like direct trading, like it does not like really support like directly trading to other players. Like if you just trade directly, it's only like with booth, like if you sold something through booth. There's even some people that could possibly maybe like try to buy like a really expensive item off their alt for like one mush in their in trade realm and stuff, and it can cause like something for like really valuable, such as maybe like a merch item. Why don't they do the prices from the official site? Well, it's mainly because like prices really vary drastically upon each of these services, like Tradery and stuff. Like the game says, there's no official value list. Like for Tradery or something, like you mainly have to like actually trade with another person usually. And I think it's like really hard to like manipulate the market by doing stuff such as like alt accounts and stuff. And pretty much if you list an offer for something, like everyone can see it. It's you can't like do it in like a private server or something. It's adult. Oh, I got health, so I am on the road for a health build. So I was wondering why you were in menu for a long time in game. Well, one thing is like while playing, I'm able to press tab in order to check this out, and some stuff I can do is like see like I have like you can see I have like 15,186 elemental energy event currency when I join with you. Like, does it say stuff like in Sonaria or something? Like, usually if you're added with someone and in the socials menu, you can see some players that are either in Sonaria, which means they're in main realm, hardcore realm, and even aquatic realm if they're in aquatic realm, which with aquatic realm being really unpopulated, like I don't think I have a friend, or even Warden too. Which Warden has kind of like been on the fall lately. Like it's like about to like fall under 1,000 concurrent players, which I kind of feel bad because I usually play games that usually have at least 1,000 concurrent players or more. And I think like the more I grow with this thing, the more in life this Arc Dragon becomes. But one thing is like, this is a private server, which I have the link here if you want to join. And I don't think private server links work on console. You told me last stream, yeah. I heard like Arc Dragon's like very powerful. I don't know when I unlock my ability to use Tangled Reckoning. Because usually on most creatures, like, usually have all your abilities upon reaching adult. For like some creatures, like if you're a teen or so, if you're like a baby, you only have like small access to some abilities such as ambush. But then like at teen, you'll start unlocking more abilities. I used to kill them when I had hallucinics. All right. But I kind of like coughing with Halu. It's a fun experience, just being able to just scare people and just having them to flee instead of like them cannot be fight back or so. Especially if they're like voice chatting, I can hear them scream or something. Yeah, also like if someone got you really hurt and you go in water invisible. Yeah, I like to do that, especially after I like take down someone, a member of someone's pack or something. I usually just flee into like the water, and like most of them like usually don't have like an aquatic creature that can swim. So like either they like attempt to be so desperate they just go into the water, and sometimes even drown, or I even like take them down and take down another member of their pack. Or I can like go so deep or so that's like pretty much impossible to reach me. Like unless if they bring an aquatic of themselves. And with Invis, I can even like a deep water point, even if I have like a tag or like aggressive tag, I can like make them guess like my elevation, so they could most likely be too low or too high when trying to bite me. I'm going to try and get hallucinic. Alright, have fun. Good luck. Like, I'm talking more about like the Q&A stuff here, which especially with like Hershey's, like Roblox creatures come to stop since it's like getting a lot of creatures and it's getting harder for completionist titles as a free to play player. And like possibly with like one of these questions, they seem to like tone back. Some other stuff is like some stuff is like apparently one thing is that they said that they have planned 30 remodels and 27 redesigns for 2027 alone. And that is at least like one a week. Try Discord. Alright, good luck. And then one thing they were talking about, like, the depth of updates at 4 p.m., which, since they have a lot of stuff here and more geographically diverse with staff locations, they literally have to, like, change the times. Which, yeah, this is why I usually do my update plan talk streams on Tuesdays, because if I have them on Mondays, which is, like, the same day, I could, like, start a stream and then, like, have the post, like, upload, like, a few minutes after ending it. Then one thing is, like, for a stat-related question in Q&A, which they decide to address, they said, one person said that, will Turum receive its shock area back, like, due to it being taken, like, really difficult to take down flyers? Like, some stuff is, someone says, like, if you do make a new map, will it be bigger? Which, yeah, some people, like, who's against costing and stuff, kind of do want bigger maps, because, like, if a coster is trying to search for a particular person, they literally have to, like, check millions upon millions of places. And some major thing here, which is like an active development, which they apparently are adding new diets. Yeah, apart from they seem to be adding more upon the current, like, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, photocarnes, and photovores. They plan to add even more. So I don't know why I told you these things yesterday. I was so desperate. Sorry. It's alright. One thing is they also last Q&A question was like being able to filter species better by diet, maybe land. So possibly like an advanced thing. So like where we can like filter out a species like entirely on diet. Which means we could instead of we can have multiple things. So if we want to like find like a creature that's like a tier 5 flying omnivore, we can do that. But as of now, the filtering can only like allows us to do one of either a tier, a diet, or like some terrain type. I'm about to reach age 100, so watch me just get max dam just after upon biting this thing. Oh, speed? I say speed is not bad or something. It can help me like flee if I wanted to. Something it's okay. And of course stuff like my Discord is frozen, so yeah. So I have to like just and usually like if I do the closed window it usually would not respond, so that's why I kind of added the thing to where on settings on Windows I can just directly end a task or something. Which most of the time actually does close something that's like very unresponsive. I have my computer forcefully end it. I wonder what would happen if I like decent. Stuff I have Hollow with regen boost, so I guess I can spend the rest of my time just having fun. Maybe coughing. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this and I'll just deleting this old Arc Dragon slot I got. Putting Squidolium here. It's funny how it takes 15 hours to vent a Mako to vent 5. But it's only like 4 to get vent 5 Melthana. Yeah. Venerating is a major difficult thing. Guess one thing I'll possibly maybe try and do as well. What plushies do you have? Enjoy Morthorax? Well, you can. Just know, like, I think, like, if you're a baby morph, you'll most likely get baby killed, but... I think that Mela just venerated to Ven 4. Trying to well, I'll succeed with that doubler. LOL. And I'm usually... And, like, I'm... Most likely I'm just gonna head over to my pack here, which is... And to defend me... So I'm just gonna head over to my pack. Who needs 3 revives? 2 revives, not 3. I'll be back. T_T. Oh, free, bro. I'll be back. Yeah, I do have the skill to do that. And, like, that was kind of a pretty rare case that Melna tried to fight back, because most of the time, the creatures would just flee, because of how much damage I do. Like, I do, like, so much percentage of damage in a quick manner. I kind of feel slightly bad, because they were, like, really far in a veneration. But with regen boost, my health regen should be pretty well. Like, with all of that... Oh. Elytra. To be honest, like, when I killed Kilitras with this thing, it's like, most of the time, the fight's, like, really, really close. But I do regen a good bit faster with the health regen. With the regen boost. Yeah, I'm not spawning my Korra. Thank you. Hey, Sidna. Hello, so. Hey, ZT. What, you want to kill the Scorchy now? Well, this is like some of the friend groups I would play with, like... This is like one of the groups of friends I would play with, lol. Well... I don't really know that username that much, so I'm just gonna leave it. Vastigahart I killed before. Here, another friend that joined. A friend I have not really even played with or seen in a while. But like when Hollow has damage boost or something, that's when I really have fun. I like have a lot of fun when this thing has damage boost. And we have some big creatures here, like we have this Feral and Cavo that just spawned, like simultaneously. Oh, it seems like we have a Conifron healing that Feral while my pack pings it, which usually means they're gonna raid it now. They're probably just gonna raid them, just take them down. I like it when kill one person and here I got Vish here. This thing's kind of my meta just to shrine grind or so, because it's a very fast tier 5 flyer. Yes, it's tier 5. Which means I'm able to grab the giant carcasses and donate them to shrines. Loki's taking my license test tomorrow. Took me 2 attempts to pass my driving test, lol. Which, yeah. To be real, I'm actually a licensed driver. I did lately pass my driving test for the state of New Jersey, and now I'm just on my final stage before I can get my main license. Which means, like, practice unsupervised driving, which means, like, majority of them probably just going to be driving to and from college. Oh, hey, fruit roll up. Stuff, we got, like, a big hey rhino here. With, yeah, apparently I've been hearing Arc Dragon is able to, like, face tank supers. That's, like, one of the main things. Yeah, that lava guy was one of the main things here. I could have possibly also grow this thing, and like when I reach age 100, I could just die and just restart, and I could donate the old carcass to the shrine too if I wanted to. Funny, hey, right, Paradise Veloso. And I also do this by just trait grinding ferals with my ult. And then, like, bad traits I just kill or just... And once I do have... I usually, like, sell, like, the weight damages and weight bites, but I do have, like, 3 bite damages on my ult. Yes, 3 bite damage ferals, which I'm trying to glowtail grind, which, yeah, kind of like in the background, I've been trying to glowtail grind one of them. And I usually, like, spend hundreds of attempts trying to grow glowtail stuff. And also, like, most of the time I get glowtail, like, nowadays, it's just on random slots. And yeah, here we have Oasis and quite the super behemoth load here. And I think that's the Cabo aggro right there. While it leaves. Well, like, in this game, there isn't, like, many animations / dances we can do. Like, we are mainly, like, stuck with, like, just walking, running, flying, swimming, idle, and, like, the aggro and cower effects. While, like, in other games, like Warden or something, like, we are able to, like, give our creatures, like, cool, funny dances or emotes we can do. And it seems like teams like ping us Stark and all, but with like the Cavos and like Fade out an Ururon coming in, but with like the Cavos and Korras. I wonder what this Korra and wait, are you trying to bite the Korra? And yeah, some people even like keep unlocking like pretty old subspecies to this day, like person unlocks Scuba Jeff, which was released when they dropped in Aquatic Realm. Like, think back in April. And although the Aquatic Realm was like supposed to like happen around this month. Okay, adult V-ish. While missing majority of traits into a nun. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I like V-ish. I also kind of, but like, rarely I just play stuff such as this Squib. Yeah, I do have this lot like this. But nowadays I just rarely play aquatics. It, Gorgongus, which I think is that turkey creature, which the name can probably be confused with Gorgongus or something, that big death creature with like many eyes and here. And there's like one other cost streamer, which I guess I'll go have you check him out. I hope you have a great day or night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.